All right, welcome back. We're going to be talking about right triangle trig today in lesson 7.1. So remember, for right triangle trig, we had our different values, SOHCAHTOA, meaning that sine is the opposite over the hypotenuse, SOH. Cosine of your angle is the adjacent divided by the hypotenuse, CAH. And tangent of your angle is the opposite divided by the adjacent, which is TOA, SOHCAHTOA. Now remember that the angle tells you which one the opposite side is, which one the adjacent side is. The hypotenuse is always across from the right angle. Opposite, adjacent, hypotenuse. Now, cosecant is the reciprocal of sine, so it's hypotenuse over opposite. The secant of your angle is the reciprocal of the cosine, so it is hypotenuse over adjacent. And the cotangent is the reciprocal of tangent, so it is the adjacent divided by the opposite. You should remember most of this stuff. If you don't, have the teacher pause the video so you can write it down. Also, you should know that any cofunction has complementary angles. So in a triangle, a right triangle, what this is saying is that these two angles, this angle and this angle, these two should add up to 90 because this is a right triangle. So if I know what one angle is, then I can do 90 minus that, and that will give me the other angle. So for example, the sine of 20 degrees, let's say this one was 20 degrees. That means this one up here would have to be 70 degrees. Now notice that if I did the sine of 20 degrees, I could label this y and this x, right? And then I have my hypotenuse. So sine of 20 would be y over h. And the cosine of the other angle, this angle here, would also be y over h, because this is the adjacent side for the 70 degree angle, but the opposite side for the 20 degree angle. Now notice that I can write 70 as 90 minus 20. So the sine of an angle is the same as the cosine of 90 minus the angle. And that works for all of them. Sine, cosine, secant, cosecant, tangent, cotangent. They're all cofunctions. So sine goes with cosine, secant goes with cosecant, and tangent goes with cotangent. And we could reverse the order. So cosine of the angle is equal to sine of 90 minus the angle. All right, now also remember the Pythagorean Theorem. Whenever you have a right triangle, the legs and the hypotenuse, if you square the legs and add them together, you get the hypotenuse squared. Thus, a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. And for any triangle, a plus b is equal to 90 degrees for these right triangles. So these two add together to 90. If you square this one, add them together, it gives you this one squared.